I've been using the Z Fold 8 for almost a month. Yes, it came out on the 22nd. This is the 17th now of the new month, and I still love this phone. And of course, the pre-order deals are over, but they've still got some decent specials. If you want to order one, I've got an affiliate link in the description that you can use. Will take you to Samsung's website. So the phone itself, ever since I found out about it, I was super excited. And then whenever I got the phone, I was really excited. And I've been using the phone every single day. I've got my primary SIM card in it, and I've even switched out my watch. Normally, I use the Apple Watch Ultra, which I have the Apple Watch Ultra 3. I switched it out day one when I got this with the Samsung Galaxy Watch Ultra 2, and I've been using that as my primary phone and my smartwatch for almost a month, and I've really, really been enjoying the experience. So, just another like a little side jaunt. Yes, the Galaxy Watch Ultra 2 is very good. The only thing I don't like about the Galaxy Watch Ultra 2 probably is that it takes forever to charge. Like it takes probably about 2.5 hours, maybe 3 for like a full charge from 0 to 100%, which is I think just too long. I wish they had a way to speed that up. But the watch itself, I really am enjoying, and it goes great with the phone. So the Z Fold 8, plenty of power. Like we know this. We got the Snapdragon 8 Elite Generation 5 underneath the hood, 12 gigabytes of RAM, which is funny because if you take a look at the new Pixel 11 Pro Fold, it's got 16 gigabytes of RAM. But if you take a look at the Pixel 11 Pro and Pro XL, they got dropped down to 12. And it's like the end of the world over there. It's Ram-mageddon. And oh my gosh, this phone sucks because it has 12 gigs of RAM. But this one has 12 gigs of RAM. I don't have a problem with day-to-day usage for 12 gigabytes of RAM. I have a problem when you go from 16 to 12 and then charge me more money to get 16. But at this day and age, at this juncture, 12 is still, I think, fine for pretty much everybody. 4,800 milliamp battery. That's 400 milliamps bigger than last year's Z Fold 7. The battery life has been phenomenal. I've had really good battery life experience on here. I have not killed it in a day, no matter pretty much how much I've used it. The 45-watt charging increase is also nice. Faster wireless charging, which I don't really use wireless charging, but the faster wired charging is very, very noticeable, especially if you come from a previous Z Fold phone that had very slow charging at 25 watts. So 45 watts is a nice welcome change. We have 3,000 nits brightness on the front. We have the 3,000 nits brightness on the inside. We have the anti-reflective coating on the inside. We have the new Flex titanium technology that makes it more durable, has a better visible viewing experience, and helps out with the crease, which the crease is funny because if I hold this like sideways like this, well, vertically, you pretty much can't even see it even with the screen on, which is nice, but I'll go ahead and turn the screen off. So yes, the crease, probably should clean my screen there, but the crease really is significantly better. Now, I've been using it, opening it up and closing it every single day for a month, and maybe you can feel it a little bit more than you could in the get-go, but still it's significantly better from the Z Fold 7 and the Z Fold 6, so that's huge. It weighs right at about 200 grams, very lightweight, very compact, and this screen design and this experience is what does it all. And it's not just the one phone, one screen experience. It's all three screen experiences. So normally I just use this, like I was just at the gym and I was doing stuff on my phone while I was on the treadmill. And then if I want to play Boom Beach or I want to read an ebook or I want to watch a video, then you go to this mode. And then if you want to use your social media apps, and you flip it vertically like this. So it's like having three distinct phone experiences in one for the same price, which is nice. And it's very expensive. Of course, it's $18.99. But the nice thing about it is they are offering up to $1,000 trading credit on Samsung still, plus free credit towards like freebies and stuff. But if you get it without trade-in, they shave $200 off. So effectively it's $16.99. So that right there already undercuts the price of the Pixel 11 Pro Fold, which I like this better than the Pixel 11 Pro Fold. I was waiting and kind of reserving judgment. I have the Pixel 10 Pro Fold right here. I used it quite a bit this last year because I could still take my physical SIM card in and out of the phone. But I'm not a huge fan of the design. It's very heavy. The cameras, I feel like, could be better, especially when you're calling it a Pixel Pro and they're really an obvious downgrade from the primary phones, like the regular Pros. And yeah, battery life is good, but not the greatest in the world. And they just kind of hurt my feelings whenever they switch from Pixel Fold design to the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, 10 Pro Fold. I like the original design that was the more passport design like this. And it's one of the reasons why I love this one so much, because it's just so easy. It's like it's palmable. Like you just hold it right in your hand. I like the dimensions on it. I like having this wider screen, this wider aspect ratio is super nice. It's great. I don't have too much of a problem whenever I'm using my swipe typing. Yes, it's kind of hard to reach like over here to the far side, but I mean that's pretty much with a normal phone anyway, so I don't have too much problem with that. But the typing on it has been nice. The swipe typing is mostly what I use all the time. Typing when you have it open like this with the split keyboard on both sides is really nice and easy to use. It's very intuitive. The It's zippy, like it's super powerful, super zippy, and I like the cameras. I was kind of worried because dropping down, not having three cameras, but me coming over from the iPhone Air that I use as my daily driver most of the time, and having one camera going to two cameras is an upgrade, right? Having stereo speakers is an upgrade. The speakers could be better, but the biggest problem with the speakers is because one, location, and two, just the fact that the phone is so thin, it doesn't really give a lot of depth in there so it can resonate and like build the sound up as it produces it. So, but naturally, just because of the dimensions and how shallow the phone is, you're just not going to get great sound out of it. You're going to get good sound, mostly in mids and the high range. Bass is something that's kind of lacking. But overall, I think they nailed it. I hope they keep this. I hope they keep this design, especially moving next year. That would be great to see a couple different upgrades. I would love to have a third camera. I don't know that we're ever going to get that, because if you add a third camera here, then it's going to block the wireless charging, so you won't be able to use that on the back. So that's one consideration, probably why they would have to do a horizontal stack across the top to try and preserve that. But we'll see if we get changes next year. But I've really been enjoying this. Also, I really like the Gorilla Glass Ceramic 3 that's on the front screen. So last year with my Z Fold 7S Gorilla Glass Ceramic 2, didn't pick up a scratch on the front screen, no screen protector. I didn't get a screen protector for this. I'm not even using the front plastic protector that came with this case. This is a thin-borne case for anyone asking, and I've really been enjoying using it. I put it on there. I like the Samsung one too. I haven't decided whether I like this one or the Samsung one more, but it is very good. It is very, very thin. It's protective, aramid carbon fiber. People always ask me what case is that. I'm not being paid anything to say this. I'm just letting you know. It's the Thinborn is the name of the case, Thinborne, and I use it on almost all my phones. So, yeah, even though it's been like a month, the honeymoon really doesn't seem to be over. I've still really been enjoying it. And I've had a lot of people ask me about it, like, oh, wow, is that the new Z Fold? Is that the new Samsung folding phone? What's that new phone you're holding? It's a conversation starter, and it's a nice change from the norm. It's a refreshing form factor that's fun to use, even though it's been a month. Like, normally I get a new phone, a couple days, it's like, okay, kind of same old, boring. All right, that's great. Let's see what all's new here. But this one, I just haven't been able to put it down, and I haven't switched my SIM card. I switched my watch over, which this is the first time I've probably used a Galaxy Watch like this long in a while, for like this long of a stint. Because normally, yeah, I get the new one, I'll use it for a couple of weeks. I'll go back to it every once in a while because I switch my SIM card out a lot. But yeah, I've really been enjoying the Galaxy Watch Ultra 2, especially with this phone. It's a great combination, and the phone is just fun. It's one of those things where it's just an enjoyable experience that's changed things up, changed the landscape, changed the narrative, and it's not for everyone. But I was thinking about it today, even after, because I've been having a lot of questions from people about the Pixel 11 Pro Fold, which rightfully so. It just launched. I don't have one. I'm not sure if I'm going to buy one. But whenever it came to that one, I was like, yeah, it's okay, but there's not a whole lot inspiring here. And I kind of felt the same way about the Z Fold 8 Ultra. It's cool, couple little niceties, but it's not as inspiring. It's not as exciting as this. And that's why I've really been leaning heavily into using this one and just really enjoying the process. Like, there's not a lot of times, especially as a tech reviewer, where a phone comes along and it's genuinely like exciting and fun and refreshing. Even after a month, a lot of times that short honeymoon period of getting a new phone wears off quite quickly. And this one, yeah, I still really like it, and I still haven't taken my SIM card out of it. So if that's telling you anything, that should let you know how much I'm really enjoying the phone, because I got to switch my phones quite a bit because of all the testing and the reviewing that I do. But yep, primary SIM, got the Galaxy Watch Ultra 2 set up, using that as my watch, and couple of days short of it being a month, and I'm still really enjoying the phone. So that's all I've got. If you have any questions, comments, gripes, concerns, complaints, all that stuff, please, of course, go to the comment section. I'll do my best to get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.